So when it comes to taxes in the US, I have no idea how it works. Which states are better in terms of taxes? What should you know? For people who are thinking of moving from other parts of the world to the US, I want to know how taxes work in the US. This is the plug. He's helped hundreds of people to file their taxes over a period of like 10 years. He's very skilled. So I'm also going to leave his business details on the screen so you can contact him if you want him to assist you in filing your taxes. Stop that. Hello, sir. Welcome to my channel.
Thank you so much, Nanel, for giving me the opportunity.
It's been a pleasure. I dreamt of interviewing you maybe like 2 years ago, and finally I have you. It's a pleasure. It's an honor.
Thank you.
So how long have you been in the US?
I've been in the US since 2006. Yes.
So that means you've been in the US for over 18 years.
Over 18 years.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay. And then what drew you to, you know, the love for tax and all of that? How did it all start?
Okay, so I got to the US when I had finished my high school in Ghana.
Okay.
So I did my bachelor's and my master's degree in Texas. I'm a chemist by training, and then I came to Atlanta to do my PhD. Okay. So doing the PhD work, there's this guy that works on my taxes all the time, but I was very curious about the taxations and everything that goes on here in America, because at the end of the year, I feel like it's something very personal that you want to learn more about it, to get yourself educated about that environment, and then be able to know how to maximize your income and how to get more credit. So I took a class, you know, I got certified by the IRS, you know. But initially I was just doing it for fun, because for some reason there's something about me that everything that I want to do, I do it. I don't really have to even worry and stress. So that's how, it's not like something that I planned doing it, but because I have a different profession, for some reason I found myself doing taxes. Okay. Yeah.
Wow. So you're certified in the UK. For me, before I get my income, tax is done. Yeah. Right? And if you are, let's say, an employee of a company, usually, unless you're working as, let's say, a sole trader or you have your own business, there's no need filing your taxes at the end of the year. We call it pay as you earn. Yeah. Automatically it is deducted, right? Yes. But here, it's different, right? How is it different from like the UK tax system?
You see, first of all, the taxation here is very complex. Okay. So the tax system, you pay as you earn, just like you said. Okay. But at the end of the year, the government wants to capture every amount of money you made within the course of the year. Okay. You know, so the issue is that yes. When they capture the income that you make, then the reason why we get some form of refund at the end of the year is that the government gives you some form of exemptions and deductions, you know. So these deductions and exemptions will determine how much money you make within the course of the year. So that is why you are required to file the taxes. I'm talking about the personal income taxes, because we have the personal income taxes, we have the business taxes, we have the corporate taxes, and then we have the charity, non-profit taxes also. So let's focus for this interview. We focus more on the personal income. So taxes.
I work. Let's say I'm in the US. I work as a nurse. Before my income comes, let's say the state has taken the taxes. I've paid the federal tax. I've paid the state tax. What exactly do you mean by filing taxes at the end of the year? What am I doing? Is it the same income that I earned over the year that I am declaring? Or do they want to know if I made something else? Or what does it mean by it? Because don't they have a record of all of that? Why do I still need to file the taxes? And is it compulsory?
Yes, it's compulsory. So that's when the exemptions and then the deductions comes in. Okay. Right? So every year, Congress will pass the law that this year we want to give everybody, at least based on your tax status, which is single. We have head of household, which is a single mother or a single father. Then we have married filing separately. Then we have married filing together. Then we have widow. Wow. So anybody will fall within that filing status. Yeah. So based on that, then the deductions and exemptions come in. And then we have the child tax credit. We have the earned income credit. We have student credit. We have all of that, education credit, let me put it that way. So then that's what they call it, American Opportunity Credit, because it's given to students when you are a student. So the government can determine all these things at the end of the year. So what they take from you is just the taxes that they take from you. Then when you submit that to them, which your employers has already submitted you, but they will verify and then try to give you that kind of deductions and exemptions. Then at the end of the year, when they take that from your overall income, the rest of the money becomes what we call the taxable income. So that is why you are taxed the whole year. But when the deduction sets in, they subtract that, then you are actually taxed on the money that you are taxable on.
Okay.
Right?
Anyway, this video is proudly sponsored by TRANSFERGO. TRANSFERGO, for those of you who are hearing it for the first time, is an international money transfer app that allows you to send money from EU to many African countries. You can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, and several other African countries. TRANSFERGO is rated the best financial app on Trustpilot. And if you're like me and then you make transfers from the UK to Ghana often, let me tell you this. Currently, TRANSFERGO has the best exchange rate when it comes to transfers to Ghana. They are currently #1. And with TRANSFERGO, in at most 30 minutes, the person is going to get the money you're sending. Yes, get value for your money. Use TRANSFERGO to transfer money from the UK or other EU countries to Ghana. Just use the link in the description now, or just download TRANSFERGO app. And remember to use my referral link, okay? And you can also generate your own referral link and then make some extra cash whenever people use your link to transfer money. TRANSFERGO is rated by the UK Financial Conduct Authority, so you can trust that this is a legit way of transferring money. You don't have to be afraid of losing your money. No. So with TRANSFERGO, you can actually send money to Nigerian bank account or USD bank account in Nigeria 24/7. And if you have any issues whatsoever, customer support team is willing to assist you whatsoever, whatever time it is. Remember, with TRANSFERGO, there are no hidden charges and they are trusted by 4 million plus users worldwide. Hey, which better offer than this? Thank you so much, TRANSFERGO, for sponsoring today's video.
Let's say you make $40,000, or if you're a nurse, basically you make like maybe $60,000 a year. The $60,000 is your overall income that you are taxed on. But when the government gives you the tax deductions and exemptions based on your filing status, whether you are single, married, or have kids and all of that, then that break comes in. So you subtract that amount of money from the overall income. So let's say maybe the tax break gave you, let's say, $20,000. Then you made $60,000. The difference becomes $40,000. The $40,000 becomes your taxable income. That's when the government tax you on. But remember, you were taxed the whole of the amount. So then you have a refund. So sometimes I tell my clients, the refund, the money given to you is not the money from anywhere.
It's your own money that you paid. But then after looking at your situation, they realize that, oh, you're not supposed to pay this, you were supposed to, so then they give you the balance.
The balance, that is called refund.
Refund. Oh, I see.
Yeah.
So is it possible that some people will not get a refund?
Yeah, some people most of the time owes money.
Really?
Yes. So it depends on how much money you made within the course of the year. Yeah. So yeah.
I better make because my mom, she gets, like, it's something that she always looks forward to, because whenever she does it, she gets money. But which people do get more money? Is it when you have kids, or when you're married, or when you're not married?
So there's always an income bracket.
Okay.
Yeah. So people that makes, let's say, below 30,000 falls within the poverty line. You know, so if you can make more money when you are making less amount of money. You know, you can make 50,000, I can make 50,000, but if you have kids and if you are single,
exempt me from something.
Yes, then they give you that kind of break, more refund, because the system is balanced in such a way that the people that are making less, they give them more money. Because when you, let's say, there's like I said, there are 5 filing statuses. We have single, we have head of household, which is a single mother or a single father. Then we have married filing separately. Then we have married filing together. Then we have widow. So anybody at all will fall within these 5 filing statuses. And this determines how much money or tax break you should have.
I now understand.
Yes.
That's so well explained. Wow, thank you.
Yeah.
And you said it's compulsory. That means every single person needs an accountant to file their taxes at the end of the year.
Exactly.
And in the UK, the tax year starts from April of the previous year to April of the, let's say, the current year. How do you guys calculate your tax year?
Yeah, so every year, the US government gives us I think it's 4 months from January to April. Mostly April 15th is the deadline for everybody to submit their taxes to IRS. You know, and if you don't do it, then they will come after you. You start receiving letters from them to verify, to come and show how much money you made and determine whether you owe or you get a refund.
Okay. All right. Wow. So in a tax year, how many people can you do it for?
1,000 and over people across the United States, everywhere in America.
Is it not difficult to do it?
Yeah.
How are you able to do it for 1,000?
Well.
Wow. And how much do you take?
Yeah, I charge $200. For this year, I charge $200 for.
You're rich, say. Oh, wow. Oh, interesting. Wow. So I know that in some states as well, they do not pay the state tax, and that also helps them save more money.
Yeah, it doesn't really help them save more money. It's
really?
some way, somehow, maybe their housing system, taxes, or something will, I mean, it helps, but they don't pay state taxes. But the federal taxes is paid, like everybody pays it. Yeah.
What are some of the mistakes that people do in terms of filing their taxes that they should be aware of? Let's say for a normal employee like myself or a nurse, what are some mistakes that I can do that can affect me when I'm filing my taxes?
Okay, thank you so much. This is a very important question. The taxes, you can easily do it because there are software that you can basically go there and start putting in information. But mostly what I tell my clients is that baggage in, baggage out. So you can put in information and the software will definitely spit some information for you, which you might not have the idea to know whether you are putting in is correct,
the right thing.
Or so at the end of the day, most of the times, people who do it by themselves lose money.
Oh, because you don't understand it.
Exactly. So we have there's two strategies to file it. We have the standardization and itemization, right? So the standardization is just to put in the information, not do anything about it, and then to tell you, this is how much you made. And basically, the people that would do that are for single people who doesn't have kids and nothing, and they just have one income and they put it in. But if you have a house, you have kids, you have then you need to learn how to itemize, and that comes with experience and people that knows what they are doing. Because if you don't do it well too, IRS will come after you. So mostly I tell people, if you do your taxes by yourself, yes, you can do it by yourself, but when you do it by yourself, and your situation is very complex, you will make, let's say, $2,000. But if you pay somebody like me, who is a tax preparer, I will do it for you and you can make $5,000.
You refund, you understand it.
Yeah, and then basically you pay me just $200 for doing it for you. So people lose money when they want to do it by themselves because you don't understand the taxations. Because every year there are new laws, new rules, new approaches for doing it, and we are taxed by IRS to learn and be able to assist people correctly and still be able to claim your maximum refund. That's the point there, the maximum refund, because when you do it, it's likely you're going to lose on that. So most of the times when somebody comes to me, I interview them a lot. How much money did you make? Were you single? Has your filing status changed? Were you married? Do you have a house? Do you have kids? Were you a student? People, if you don't know that even the gas they put in their car, everything you bought really in the United States can be used to be used for your taxes. People don't really know that. So I have to get all this information from them and use it for them. Yeah. So if sometimes you are even supposed to even pay back, but I can talk to you and then understand every corners, everything, all the monies that you wasted or you paid, then I can use it for you. You know, and it takes experience, it takes people that really understand the law to be able to help you with it. Yeah.
Wow, that's a lot. So let's say I'm a nurse, I have another business, let's say I sell hair as well. When I'm filing my taxes at the end of the year, do I have to do one for my hair business and one for the nursing job? How does it work in the US?
So if you are doing side hustle, so then you can file separately. It depends on how much money you made within the course of the year, but mainly you have to do it within the same personal income taxes. But that one is called Schedule C, which is to say that it's just the income and expenses that you made in that business. So if you have a business like that, maybe you have the name of the business and then you have registered the name, you can get a tax ID for that side hustle. It is not mandatory to do that, right? It's not forced to basically have those information, but whether IRS wants to capture every monies that you made within the state. So on that side, then you just have to tell me, mostly I tell my clients, make sure you put the amount of money you made and all the expenses that you also made for me, all the receipts and everything that went into that kind of business that you were doing on the side, so that I put in the income and then I put in the expenses, and that can help you to even get more money, because the US economy helps people who have side hustles, because of course the side hustle helped a lot with their economy.
So now let's compare how much taxes people pay in the UK versus how much we pay in the US. So in the UK, as of 2024, we all have £12,570, which is not taxed, or your personal allowance or tax-free allowance. How much is the tax-free allowance in the US?
So every year is different. Yeah. So it's similar to the to the
And
UK.
then what is the first tax bracket? So that the next one is 20% So any additional money you make on the 12,570, you are taxed 20% up until when you reach 37,700.
Okay.
Then any additional money on top of that, you pay 40%. So with you guys, what's the basic percentage deduction?
So it depends on how much. So that is where the refund comes in. So let's say you are given $12,000 as a tax break. We call it exemptions and deductions, right?
Okay.
So the addition of the two gives you, let's say, $12,000.
Okay.
So that is free money for you.
Okay.
So how much money you make if you are single,
okay,
then you subtract that money from that money you make.
Okay.
Then the difference becomes your taxable income.
Yes.
So let's say you have a kid. Your child has also $12,000 free.
Oh.
So any amount of people household, the number of household will be multiplied by the $12,000, and that gives you that break. That's why we can make the same money. But if you have kids or more dependent, you have a lot of tax break than I do. Then you get more refund than I do. That's how the American system works.
Okay.
Yes.
And I think, like you are saying, it's not fair to use how much the person is paying with the pay as you earn as their final taxes, because at the end of the year they might have to pay some back based on their tax status, or they may get a refund.
Exactly.
So we cannot use how much that was deducted during the year as the tax they paid.
Exactly.
Because they will still get some additional, or they may be asked to pay some back.
Exactly. So based on that, I will say that the US is more flexible.
Okay.
And it's easy than the UK.
Okay.
Yeah.
The UK government does not care whether you have 20 kids, you're a single mother or not. But the only thing that they do is that they have child benefits as well that you can claim. But here, your child does get benefits, and then you claim the taxes for having children too, or it's different?
No, it's the same, concept.
Oh.
Those are credit. They call it child tax credit.
Okay.
First of all, the filing status, let's say I'm single and you are married and then you have a child. So when we file, and I file single and you file married filing together with your child, then the government first of all will give you 12,000 times 3 people in your household. Then I will just have 12,000. So that deduction's giving it to you. Then the government will give you also a child tax credit.
Okay.
So the child tax credit is an additional money given to you because you have a child.
So that's like what we call child benefits.
Child benefits.
In the
so I think the UK gives to you every month. They can give it to you every month. But here, here they give it to you at the end of the year. But it's also based on your income.
Okay.
So somebody can have kids but will not get a child tax credit because the person is making a lot of money.
Same in the UK as well.
Yes.
Wow. Guys, if you have any questions, kindly leave them in the description. I'm sure Mr. Eric will be in the description to answer you as much as he can. Also, I'll leave his contact details on the screen. If you are in the US or you know somebody in the US who wants an accountant or somebody who's qualified or certified to assist them in filing their taxes, you can contact him. Okay, and then tell him you got his number through Nanel so that he can give you a discount.
Yeah, exactly.
Your final words.
The US tax system is very complex. So I advise people that if you can spend a little bit amount of money to get an expert to help you, you will save more money and you make more refund, right? Sometimes I hate when client comes to me and they are losing money somewhere, right? Because they think they can do it by themselves and all of that. No. Sometimes you need some of us to help you. It's just a little bit that we will charge, but we will maximize your refund.
Thank you so much, sir. We're really grateful. So in future, when I come to the US, show me how to file for people so that I also make money.
Exactly. I will do that.